time I close my eyes, every time I close my time I close my eyes. Every time I close my eyes.
Olha só, horroroso o Mamal. Pegou, tocou pro Gagão, agora olha o Jairzinho. Olha o pique. Olha o primeiro. E o Anão vai. Acaba passando por ele, não consegue pegar na sequência. Já pega na batida, agora também com a cabeça. Já vai ali o M5 tentando pegar, passou pelo segundo, é falta. Acaba conseguindo, vai mandar. Então louco, olha o M5, vai mandar o rap. Vai mandar ali o funk. Não conseguiu. Senhora, goleiraço. Salva o primeiro, salva o segundo. Vai em busca, chamou no elástico. Já tá sem oxigênio. Chamou ali na xincha. Não tem ali cintura, tentando no meio das pernas ali, Jairzinho. Passou pelos dois. Direito do
Love zombie.
Snakes get slithery. Lean in, show y'all the mean and the chivalry. Rap ruler, you can ask Buddha. Right jab like Zab Judah. Every member on my team is a shooter. Tight like a room, no room for intruder.
Yeah, I'm going to hell for some of them videos. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I'll tell you what, my favourite one is Louis Diaz.
Love a zombie.
I do love the Louis Diaz video. Cal, how you doing, man?
Not too bad, my bro. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right, apart from the pain.
Surviving.
Children and all that shit, you know.
Oh, it's half term for you as well, isn't it?
Half term, yeah. Oh, 1 day in, hate it already.
Yeah, it's a madness, bro.
Yeah, I'm going bowling with the kids tomorrow, though, so that's all right.
Yeah.
Do you know the only time they got free to do bowling tomorrow? 9:30 at night.
Serious?
Yeah.
I was going to ask you which one. I'll ask you off camera which one you're going, just in case anyone. Jamie's going to be at 9:30. Pop down.
One turns up. They're going to get free beer or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kids, man. Yeah, it'll make them tired, though. They go to bed straight away. So it's all good. But yeah, everyone in the chat, hope you're all doing good. Thank you very much for joining us again. We've only got Cal for a little bit because he has to rush at 1:30, so we'll get straight into it. Big up Doug being a member for 32 months as well. Big up my man Doug. Hope you and the family are good, man. The little one's doing well as well. Jamie Phillips bowling. I'm shit at bowling. I'm shit. The kids will beat me. All right, let's just get into this. I want to talk about Mohamed Salah, who, as I said in the title, is obviously world class, but still doesn't get the credit he deserves. And I don't know why this is, Cal, because I was looking at Twitter today, and it's been since the Wolves game. And I was looking at Twitter today, and it's not just Liverpool fans. It's not Liverpool fans, really. It's a lot of fans, not just rival fans. It's just football fans in particular. And they say that the GA that Mo Salah get masks his performances in games of football, which I can understand. And they're saying he's a limited player, blah, 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 blah. But the thing I always say is that if he's not as good as people say, why is no other right winger in the world getting his numbers, Cal?
Why are 99% of forwards in the world not getting his numbers?
Yeah.
That's the question. Here's the thing, bro. So using yesterday's game as a barometer, I'll be honest, I don't think Mo had a good game yesterday.
No, he didn't, no.
But he gets the goal that wins us the game, right? So, like, we obviously do player ratings on Copish, as you know, and like we'll judge the player's performance. We'll judge the player's performance. We won't judge their career and how they are as a footballer. We'll judge them on that 90-minute performance or however long they're on the pitch for. I think the world has fallen in love with the whole a player has to look aesthetically beautiful. And I'm guilty of it as well. I'm someone who rates João Felix really highly, but then when you look at João Felix numbers, you go, what's so special? I think you have to have a balance. Salah is not the prettiest footballer on the eye. He does some things where you're like, that's a bit clumsy. But then he does other things where you're like, okay, no, 99% of footballers can't do that. What I don't get about the Salah, what I do get about the Salah thing is he plays for Liverpool and it just is what it is. So you got to understand, Man City fans who we've been rivals with, Arsenal fans who are currently rivals with, Man United fans, Chelsea fans who've had a rivalry and he was an ex-player there, automatically they're going to hate said player. I don't have an issue with that. But they're four massive fan bases. So when they start talking, they'll start bouncing off each other and all that. My whole thing with it is this. I never heard anyone say this stuff about CR7. And I've got CR7 at the table with some of the GOATs to ever play the game. And I know some people don't have him there because of his attitude or his personality. That's fine with them. CR7 sits at that table as one of the GOATs of football.
Yeah.
But when you watch CR7 play a 90-minute game, especially when he come back to Man United as well, he's their top goal scorer that season, if I'm not mistaken. Cristiano could ghost the whole game, score one goal, and no one would be like, oh, he's done it again, he's ghosted, and he's just a GA merchant. It's the world we live in. And I'll be honest, how can you criticize being a GA merchant? I'd love someone to call me a GA merchant.
I know, it's mad, ain't it?
That's a compliment. Oh, all you do is get goals and assists. What do you mean? Win my team games? Yeah, sign me up, man. Sign me up. If you said to me right now, you can be a GA merchant or you could be the most skillful player in the world, I'm gonna pick GA merchant every single day of the week. Because the most skillful player in the world is going to have the best TikTok reel, best IG reel, best YouTube shorts. But you know what I'm going to have? I'm going to have a trophy full of cabinets. And I'll live with that quite nicely, in my opinion. So let them say what they say. Look, there's undertones as to why he might not be loved outside of Liverpool like he should be. That maybe is for another show and another day. Unfortunately, Jay, I just don't think he'll ever get that credit until maybe he leaves. Maybe when he leaves the league, then you'll see rival fans go, you know, that Salah was something special, you know, but we just couldn't give him his credit while he was here. For now, bro, like, I love Salah, innit? And I hope he stays and I hope he continues to rattle rival fans for years and years to come.
Yeah, and look, I just find it mad. I really do. I mean, I think he's got like 44 GA this season, if that reminds me. If I remember.
Oh, 45, I think.
Yeah, it's around that area, 44, 45 GA this season, which is absolutely balmy, and he's not a number 9. Right?
Have you compared it to the others, Jay? Check this out, yeah? excluding Gakpo, he's got more GA than all of our attackers combined.
Yeah, and it's mad, ain't it? He's a world-class footballer who does things in moments. Now, I think we got to remember Salah's age as well. He has lost a bit of pace. You can see that evidently in the Wolves game as well. You know, fullbacks can outrun him now. So he doesn't rely on his pace anymore. He's not in his 20s anymore. It's a 32-year-old man who's changed the way he plays. He's adapted his game. He doesn't have to run all the time. He doesn't have to be... I don't think Mo has to be in the game for 90 minutes to be effective.
No, doesn't.
I think when you get world-class players who get into their 30s and later beyond, they are on the edge of games, but then they can have a 5-minute spell in a game where they just win you the game of football.
Yeah.
You know, look at Messi into his 30s. Everyone takes a piss out of Messi in his 30s because he just walks around. You know, Messi doesn't get involved. He doesn't go back. He doesn't press. You know, but when Messi's got the ball, when he's got a 5 or 10 minute spell,
it's danger.
It wins you the game of football, yeah? And then you go, that's world class. That's what he's great at. You know, I wouldn't particularly say on the eye, Messi had a great World Cup when he won it, but he was involved in everything that happened in that World Cup. You'd argued Angel Di Maria was arguably the better player in that World Cup, yeah? But does anyone remember Angel Di Maria in that World Cup, or do they remember Messi? Because all the important moments came from Lionel Messi, didn't it?
Yeah.
And I think that's the same with Mo. I'm not comparing Mo to Messi at all as a player, but I'm comparing them as what they do in their game right now. And he's the one who wins games or sorts games out. How many games this season, Cal, was Mo arguably not being our best player, but he's the one who's contributed to an assist or a goal that's on us a game of football?
Loads. The Brighton game sticks out in memory. Didn't he miss a penalty in that game? No, he missed an easy chance in that game. Then he goes, a couple minutes later, goes and smashes the ball in the back of net. We win the game. So many games to count. But here's the problem, Jay. It looks worse on Mo when he doesn't turn up, because Liverpool don't usually score when he doesn't turn up. But that's not on him. That's on the others.
No,
that's on the other guys. Like,
and so,
sorry, go on, bro.
I was going to say, so someone said here, Salah doesn't dominate games; he decides them.
That's a bar. I'm sorry.
That is a massive bar. Yeah,
I'm gonna be real. I'm just gonna tell you guys straight. I'm gonna steal that. I don't think he's stealing now because I've been open and honest about it. But Lesedi, I'm gonna steal that one. So, like, if I get rich off that line, I'll break you off some money. But I'm gonna steal that.
Cal's doing an Elvis. He never wrote anything. He stole everything. You know what I mean? That is exactly true. He doesn't dominate games, but he decides them.
That's a bar.
And that is why he's world class. That's why he's world class. World class players decide games of football. You know, everyone talks about Eden Hazard in his day. Sometimes Eden Hazard could have bad games, but then he used to decide a lot of games for Chelsea. Frank Lampard used to like you get players in history that can do that, and Mo's that. And I just don't understand. You know, I think apart from Barcelona, because they got Yamil, apart from Barcelona, I think Mo Salah plays right wing for every team in the world.
I'd say there's an argument to say he starts over Yamal for Barcelona as well. I know Arsenal fans will say Saka. I think they'll say Saka because of the love they have for Saka.
Yeah,
Saka's not better than Salah, and I'm saying this as someone who highly rates Saka.
Saka's a quality footballer.
He ain't better than Saka. He ain't better than Salah though. Like again, all due respect. I mean, I rate Elise highly as well. But Salah starts for everyone. The only apart from Arsenal, Bayern Munich, and Barcelona, there's no debate, no question. You think he goes Chelsea and sits on the bench behind Madueke and Pedro Neto? You're like, and again, you know how much I rate Neto as well.
But some fans will think that because they will think Neto is technically a better footballer than Mo Salah, so Mo Salah should sit behind them. Yeah, but then Mo Salah will play for Chelsea and will score more goals for Chelsea in 10 games than Neto might ever score for Chelsea.
Yeah.
And what pays the bills at the end of the day?
Well, goals. It's not just goals though, Jay. This is the thing. He's getting goals and assists. Like, he's our best creator and he's our best goal scorer. Like,
one of the best creators in the league, Cal.
Yeah. Like he's a top assist maker in the league right now.
Enz is not a big Salah fan though.
I don't know if Enz is or not. There he is. Triggy.
No,
I almost gave you a reaction. I almost did.
Enz winds people up, and the thing is that Enz is very good at it, and people believe Enz. Yeah. But Enz is, when Enz is joking because he has that little giggle when he talks as well.
Yeah.
He has that little giggle when he talks. So, Lee Gunner thinks Savio is better. Look,
do you know what? I can't talk on Lee. I've only worked with Lee once, and me and him had a really good show. Like, so nothing but love to Lee.
I like Lee. He's a good guy.
I feel Lee says that a bit tongue in cheek, if I'm going to be honest. I don't know if he fully believes that, because if, let's say, Saka decided to retire from football tomorrow, and you ask Lee Gunner, would you rather have Salah or Savio? He's taking Salah every day of the week, in my opinion. So I think Lee says that a bit tongue in cheek. And look, Jay, if you were to tell me, like, or ask me, Cal, who do you think looks better on the eye, Pedro Neto or Salah, or Savio or Salah? Who looks more silky? I'm gonna probably say Savio looks more silky.
Yeah, he does, because that's what a player he is.
But Savio ain't touching what Salah's done or doing. Like, we have to remember, Salah is playing in an attack right now that hasn't got an established striker, and Cody Gakpo has only really come alive this season, where we go like, okay, so he's really about that life. And even then, who's creating a lot of Gakpo's goals? It's probably Salah. So we have to stop this like narrative that Salah ain't that guy. He's that guy, man. The fact that he's just overtaken Henry in the charts for goal scoring. I think he's either just overtaken Lampard or close to Lampard as well. He's doing this from right wing, and he's not just scoring goals; he's creating as well. Isn't this what we said was great about Henry? The fact that he was a creator and a goal scorer. Salah's never played in a team as dominant as that Arsenal team.
No. And
he never had to, and that Arsenal team never had competition like Man City. And dare I say that the Arsenal team that played in that era, the Premier League wasn't as competitive as it is now. And that's taking nothing away from the Invincibles or the Henry team. That's not taking anything away. I think that's just facts, though. Like, and again, here's where I will flip it on people. I still have Henry ahead of Salah, who's a better Premier League footballer, but it's not like night and day. Like, if Henry's a 10 and Salah's a 9, like, it's not night and day we're talking about here. But I still have Henry as number 1. But when, again, I switch, with all due respect to like fan debates and all that, when I see things like Hazard or Salah or this player and Salah, unless you're bringing me like people like Gerrard, Rooney, Shearer, Kane, or CR7, unless you're bringing me those sort of players, I ain't got time for it, man. I got a busy life, bro. Like, how much content do we put out, Jay? Like, I ain't got time to be speaking about Hazard. Hazard's the same age as Salah, bro. Hazard's come out himself and said Salah's better. I ain't got time for the debates. If one player's already saying that, like, I'm better.
Well, I've seen a lot of Did you see Emmanuel Petit on TalkSport talk about Mo?
Yes, I did. I read the quote.
Watch Petit's interview on TalkSport about Mo Salah, and you realise why players love Mo Salah. Players love players that are effective in games.
Yeah.
Effective, and you don't get many more forwards more effective than Mo Salah. Emmanuel Petit, Petit's one of these greats, man. Everyone talks about Patrick Vieira as a midfielder. I think we forget about Petit in the day. Petit was arguably better. You know, he was tremendous. To just go back to the Lee Gunner thing, big up Lee, because I will say about this about Lee. He says Mo Salah's a world-class goal scorer. You just don't like him as a footballer, which is absolutely fine.
That's the eye test, which is subjective. So I'm good with it.
Which is absolutely fine. Savio is probably a better footballer in that sense of the word.
Yeah.
But Salah's a world-class goal scorer, which is absolutely fine on that. But Petit.
Sorry to cut you, Jay. But if you're a world-class goal scorer, doesn't that make you a world-class player? Because is it quote unquote the hardest thing to do in football, score a goal?
It's meant to be. It's what they tell us.
Because I don't hear anyone ever say Haaland's just a world-class goal scorer. They call Haaland a world-class player, right? Same with Lewandowski and all the others in the past. And
I would say at times Haaland looks as uncertain with the ball as Salah does at times as well.
Yeah, I'd say
when he's running with it. Yeah, but he's a quality goal scorer, so everyone says he's the best striker in the world. No one really, that's what you just. Now, Roy Keane's always said it. ability-wise, Haaland's like a League One player, but goal-scoring-wise, you can't get better. But it's the goal-scoring that no one bought Haaland for his link-up play. You know, Pep didn't look at Haaland and go, do you know what? I need him for my link-up play, and I don't, he bought him to finish every chance that Man City get.
And the thing is,
Haaland did won a treble.
Dortmund. Haaland did the link-up stuff for Dortmund, and Pep's just like, don't bother with that.
I just need a goal scorer, man. I just need a goal scorer. You're telling me Pep Guardiola wouldn't take Mo Salah as his right winger?
Oh, goodness me. I think Mo Salah and Trent are the two players that Pep would have bitten your hand off for over the whole Klopp and Pep rivalry.
Oh yeah, definitely. And so I see people talking about Virgil in the chat as well, and I'm with you on Virgil, guys. As I said, I think the two best players in the league this season are arguably Salah and Virgil.
Yeah.
And Virgil gets it as well. Virgil gets it in the neck as well because he doesn't engage with strikers.
Yeah.
They always say it, but Paleo Maldini always said it. I always go to Maldini's quote. Yeah. You know how good a defender you are if you have to tackle.
Yeah.
Right? Good defenders don't tackle.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. It's about defensive awareness. Defenders defend their space in behind them. They don't want strikers running into space in behind them because then they're vulnerable, because most centre-backs can't catch a striker. It's just the way it is. So they defend their space. They want all space as tight as they can get. They don't want no grass around anybody. Yeah. They are just, this is my space. You're not getting past it. Simple as that.
Yeah.
You're not meant to tackle. You're not meant to tackle.
I see defending as being a bouncer for a club. You can go out there every night as a bouncer. You can knock people out. Cool. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. The best bouncers are ones who are able to speak to people to calm a situation down so everyone can continue enjoying their night. Virgil doesn't need to go out and smash strikers and clatter into strikers and do all this nonsense. He just said, you know what? You're running in towards goal, yeah? Okay, I'm just going to usher you over this way. And then you're now going to have to pass it back to your fullback, and you're going to have to start the move again while we all regroup. That's why he's so good. He doesn't need to do the whole diving in and last-ditch defending. He'll do it sometimes. Every defender has to do it sometimes. But sometimes you just say, well, just ease this one. But the best bouncers are the ones who ain't going around fighting everyone.
They're the ones who got respect, ain't they? They're like, right,
everyone respects them.
John's at the door tonight, so no funny shit. You know what I mean?
Everyone knows he can handle himself, but he doesn't need to show it. You know what I mean?
And that sometimes, when you see the difference between Virgil and KONATE, because KONATE sometimes will engage.
Yesterday,
and then he loses his position. He's out of position. Attackers get in front of him, and things happen. Look, not many people maybe have said this. I think KONATE was at fault for both Everton goals, personally, right? And because he's just got that gene in, so he's got a bit of a bozo gene in him at times. And I think he was at fault for both goals.
That's what Mont says about him, Jamie.
I think KONATE has got that in him, though. KONATE is the most
fault for the goals.
I have him both. I think Jamie Carragher had him fault for both goals as well.
I had Virgil at fault for the first goal, and the second one was on the ref. He genuinely gets pushed while he's in the air. There's nothing he can do about it.
He's still a pussy about it. First one, he should have done much better. He doesn't move. He doesn't move.
I think that's on Virgil, man.
Yeah, I'm not. KONATE, he has something like yesterday against Wolves. He has to be taken off at half time. Do you know how bad that is?
Lucky, you know. If Michael Oliver's refereeing yesterday, he gets sent off.
No, he's got 5% Titus Bramble in him.
That's so harsh.
I think KONATE's a quality centre back, though. Guys, this is the problem. KONATE is on the verge of being a world class centre back.
Yeah.
The problem is centre backs make mistakes.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're out of position. Sometimes they're not following their player properly. Sometimes they engage and lose the player. Sometimes they decide to fight the player instead of not and set him back. All centre backs make mistakes. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, we're just used to Virgil not making many mistakes, and
we've been
comparing and comparing. Yeah. This is the problem. KONATE still he's on the edge of world class. KONATE, he's almost there, and
it's like, bro. I think people forget. Jay, obviously, we're around the same age. People forget but people have Rio Ferdinand, who again I've got in high esteem. They have him on this pedestal like he was this flawless defender, never made mistakes. Rio made so many mistakes, but because we weren't in a world of social media and clipping things up and getting them online, everyone just seems to forget and acts like Rio was just flawless throughout his career. I would
Just
arguably say
around.
Rio made more mistakes than we've seen Virgil make in his career.
We have. If you're a certain age growing up, you would have seen them. But social media weren't a thing, so no one made it out of. No one made anything out of it. No one made anything out of it. Before you go, because I'll carry on the conversation after. The Wolves game quickly. I'll have my take on the Wolves game. The reason we were poor, I said this on my show yesterday. I think the 3 games in 8 days has a point of it. And I think the players were emotionally, mentally drained from the Everton game. And that took a massive toll out of them. And Wolves had a week off. So Wolves looked a lot fresher. Mentally coming out of that Everton game, us Liverpool fans were still talking about it today. So the players would definitely been speaking about it. And I think it mentally drained them. And then they just couldn't get physically up for the game, in my opinion. And I think if that Everton game didn't happen on Wednesday, Liverpool beat Wolves quite comfortably. Also, though, I will say this. If Jota doesn't dive and just put the ball in the back of the net, you're 3-0 up.
I was going to say.
Salah's offside still at the end of the day was extremely tight and weren't looked at properly. Yeah, he looks onside almost. And that could have been 4-0. So, although we were shit and terrible, and I do think we were lethargic because of the Wednesday game, we still should have been 3 or 4 up in that game, shouldn't we?
So you're nicer about it than I am. Some days I just think you stink, and I think Liverpool stank yesterday, bro. Like it was.
Yeah, you can't do anything about it.
First half,
the soap ain't working.
No deodorant that day. I just think they had a really bad game. I think why the fan base is probably really emphasize what's happened is because the games we have coming up against Villa and Man City away from home are massive games, and they are games you could be in the best form of your life, and those are still games you could potentially slip up with. So I think that's why the fan base is a little bit on eggshells at the moment. I'm willing to let that game go personally. Yesterday for me was all about result, especially with Arsenal winning and scraping through their game. For me now, though, there's no.
You got a dog now. You got a dog.
It's the same one, bro. Remember when we were doing the watch along and it's the same 2 dogs, bro, that just go at each other. My 2 next door neighbors, they both have dogs and they just stand at the fence and bark at each other. It's bloody hard work.
Throw some laxatives over the fence.
But yeah, no, I'm willing to let yesterday's game go. I think Slot made, in hindsight, I think the Endo substitution was excellent. Bradley's substitution was excellent. Nunes one, that shouldn't have happened. I understand why he made the substitution, but Nunes just was poor, man.
I said this yesterday. Darwin looked disinterested for the first time. And I always say this. I always say this about Darwin. When Darwin comes off the bench, he's usually aggressive. He's pressing. He's full of pace and energy. And he does. I always think he's actually really good off the bench, Darwin, to his credit. Yeah. But this is the first time yesterday when he came off the bench, he looked like he didn't want to be there. Yeah. And that was a bit of a worry for me. That
especially now that we've kept him in January and you're like, look, we want to keep you. You're part of the squad. I don't like to create narratives and be like, oh, I wonder if his head's in Saudi. I wonder if he did want to go Saudi. All I'm saying is that's the first time where I've come out of a game where I can't use the phrase Nunes gave everything today. Like him or love him, hate him or not, whether you think he's technically good or not, I've never once said the phrase, this bloody dog is non-stop. I've never used the phrase, Darwin didn't put in any effort and he looks disinterested.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was the case yesterday with him. But he weren't the only one anyway. Everyone was a bit, I would say, we're dog poo on Sunday. But at the end of the day, we got the win. And usually that's what champions go through, ain't it? That's what champions go through. Win your ugly games, get the W, move on, ain't it? Learn your lesson to the next game and the Villa game, which obviously we'll talk about another day or tomorrow or something, because that's going to be. I think a lot of Liverpool fans are worried about that Villa game. Villa are in shit form.
I know. I know how teams are when we play against.
Well, Villa don't want. The thing is, though, Emery don't want to play this match on Wednesday. He came out. He wanted the game changed. He asked the Premier League to move the game. Didn't he? They rejected it because instead of moving it to a later date, they moved it back forward a month, ain't they? Yeah. Instead of finding a later date for it. Apparently, Emery don't want to play this game. Villa, and Villa got injuries. So there's a lot of rumours going around that Emery will just do a full rotation for this game.
I can live with that.
To look after his players and just put one over on Arsenal. Arsenal fans going to be pissed. If Emery puts out a rotated Villa team on Wednesday, watch Arsenal on Twitter, man. Watch Arsenal on Twitter. Watch Arsenal on Twitter. Yeah, Villa, I think, have only got 2 points in their last 3 games. Didn't they just draw at home to Ipswich 1-1?
Yeah.
We should put in a hurting. Put a hurting on them. But Cal, I know you got to run.
Yes, bro. Thank you as always, guys. Smash the like button for Jamie, man. Come on, you know what it is now. Let's just get those likes in from early, man. Jay, my bro, always a pleasure, man. Yeah, sorry about these bloody dogs as well.
Nah, it's all right. I hear it, man.
Nah, bless up, everyone.
It's because you're on hate, Cal. I can smell it.
Valentine's Day was not that long ago. Nah, big up, bro. Love. Take care.
Yeah, love, man. See you soon.
Right, cool.
Yeah, big up the chat as well, by the way. Got over 200 there. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribing, sharing, all that beautiful stuff as well while you guys are here. I'd appreciate it. Yeah, like the Salah thing. Let me know what you think about Mo Salah and the conversations we just had about Mohamed Salah, guys, because it's a weird... Mo Salah's a hard one, and I get it to judge because he's not aesthetically pleasing to look at. He's lost a little bit of pace. I think En said it earlier. When he dribbles at a player, it can look a very awkward thing for him to do when he dribbles at a player. You know, it does seem a little bit awkward. But then he's a player that wins you a game. And I look at world-class footballers that can win me a game out of football out of nothing. How many world-class footballers are there, guys, that can win you a game of football out of absolutely nothing? I think Mo's one of them. I think Mo's one of them. He is never going to dominate, for me, a 90-minute game, what people probably want him to do, because he's changed the way he plays as a footballer now in his attacking sense. He doesn't want to, he wants to play into his late 30s, so saving his legs, saving his energy and his movement. And I think for that reason, I can't discredit him for it. His assisting is really good. He's creative. He can put the ball in the back of the net. He can win you a game in 5 minutes. I look at someone like Luis Diaz, yeah? You'd argue Luis Diaz is technically probably a better footballer. Is technically a better footballer than Mo Salah on a technical standpoint as a footballer. But no one's taking Luis Diaz over Mo Salah as a player that can win you games of football. Like, no one. Like, nobody. Like, the assists, the goals he gets, the continuously running at fullbacks, which I don't get spoken enough. Mo might not get past his fullback all game. And this is the thing you got to give Mo a bit of credit about. He might not get past his fullback all game, right? His fullback will just have his number all game. But Mo won't stop. He won't stop trying. He will run at that fullback, run at that fullback, run at that fullback, run at that fullback. And eventually he will beat that fullback and he'll either score or create a chance for someone else to score. Because that's what he does. It's just world class, man. Yeah, and his strength backing into players, as Patrick says. Like, Mo doesn't get... Like, they can't pull Mo down. Mo backs into players. They try and grab Mo and pull him down. You can't pull him down. Like, it's impossible. Mo is so strong. He's undeniable. Exactly. I'd rather have Mo in my team than not have Mo. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the way, as a right winger, for the goals that he gets and the assists that he gets every year, the GA that man gets every year. And it's not stat padding as well. See, stat padding would be players that score a goal when it don't matter. Yeah, score goals when it don't matter. Mo don't really do that. He scores against everybody. Like, every team he's probably played, he scored against. The top 6, I believe he's got the best record against the top 6 in the Premier League for GA. He scores against teams. He wins games of football. He usually scores the first goal or the second goal, or he'll score the third goal if it's 2-2. He usually gets the winning goals in games or the goals that matter in games. You know, Mo is not building his numbers up by getting the fourth goal in a 4-1 win every match. You know, he's not getting the fourth goal in a 4-1 win every game. He's usually getting the first goal, the second goal, the winning goal, the goal that matters. He's creating the goal that matters. I just think, and he's always fit, man. Apart Touchwood as well. The man at Liverpool has always been fit, apart from last season when he had his hamstring, which actually happened when he went to AFCON, not at Liverpool. So Touchwood, Mo's always fit as well. It's a quality footballer. But there's obviously rivals are going to have their take because rivals are going to be rivals. But there is rivals like Saheed, the Man United fan. Obviously everyone knows Saheed. He's a great guy, and he's like, yeah, Mo Salah's just world class. There's people out there. Big up Lee as well. I like Lee Gunner personally. I like his stuff, right? I like watching him. I think he talks actually quite a lot of truth. And like he says, Mo Salah's not his actual cup of tea, but he acknowledges that he's a world-class goal scorer, maybe just not a world-class footballer, which I can take. That's perfectly fine. But I just think everyone who's thinking Mo's lucky or Mo's this, Mo's... You can't be a shit footballer and get the numbers that Mo Salah gets. It's as simple as that. You know, it's as simple as that. Mo Salah, extremely talented footballer, gets goals, gets assists. You know, I don't understand the hate Mo gets. And I'm looking at it now, let me know in the chat, guys. Would Mo Salah be loved more and appreciated more if he was Argentinian, Spanish, Italian, Brazilian? Would he actually be loved more? Because I get this feeling from that factor that because he's from Egypt, for some reason, I just don't think he's getting the love. I literally think if he was Spanish, look at the Spanish players that we've seen, yeah, doing absolute bits, yeah, and they get like loved. If Mo was European or South American, if he was European or South American, I think Mo would get even more love personally. Saladinho, you know, Saladinho, greatest Brazilian of our generation. You know, maybe it's just me. Maybe I don't know. As my man says, it's out of bollocks. That's fair. That's fair. Big up, Lee. Hope you're doing well. I just find it weird with Mo. Yeah, big up Sean. Now, see, Sean will know more than me. Sean, as he says here, Sean says, I'm African, and a lot of Africans don't rate him that much too. Big up Sean. So I wonder what it is. With Mo. Big up Sean. See, Sean answered that for us. Big up, man. Thank you very much. I don't honestly. It's a mad one, ain't it? I don't honestly know what it is. I don't know what I literally don't know what it is, and because he's short. Like, yeah. I mean, that is true as well. It's true. I'm trying to figure out ways why the footballing world don't rate Mo like maybe Liverpool fans rate him. You know, I don't know what it is. I don't get it. So if Mo wins the Premier League and Champions League this year, I don't think Mo wins the Ballon d'Or. I think they give it to Vinny Jr. or Mbappe. I don't know what it is. I'm just a big fan of Mo Salah, and I wish he was more loved. That's all it is. I just wish it was more love. And he's right. Like Drogba. If Drogba gets all the love, yeah, Drogba's a very good player. But if you go back and look at Drogba as a striker, he wasn't elite. He wasn't top level. He got important goals in finals. He was a big game player, Drogba. But if you look back in his career, he wasn't that elite level striker. But he's more loved than Mo Salah. And Mo, for me, is a better player. You know, I just, yeah. Yeah, it's a weird one. It's a weird one. I like Molo, quality footballer. As said, for me, best right winger in the world. I just don't know a better right winger. Maybe, you know, your Mel at Barcelona is a 17-year-old kid, 18-year-old kid. He's going to be amazing. He's going to be the next one, the next biggest player in the world, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I just feel like I think there's players around, not just Mo Salah, not even players that play for Liverpool. I think there's a lot of very good footballers around the world that don't get rated correctly. And I don't know why. You know, a lot of players will, you know, I've seen it in fan bases. They'll go, oh, we're linked to so-and-so player, and they've never watched him play before. But they'll find out he's like Argentinian or Brazilian, and they'll be like, right, he's the next best. Like, go and get him. We've got to go and get him. And like, have you actually watched him play? He's not really that good. You know, and it's not just Mo. I think there's a lot of players wearing world football that are like that are exceptionally talented players, but people for some reason don't give them a chance for whatever reason it is. And then they will give a chance up to a player that isn't even at that level. But, you know, it's a weird one to me. It's a weird one. It's a weird one for me. I'm not quite sure about it. If you look at, say, Cole Palmer gets more love in this country, in this league, from everyone as a footballer than Mo Salah does, in my opinion. You know what I mean? It's weird. Big up TK. Big up Spirit as well. Big up everyone in the chat. You're doing well. Bill says if he was English, he would have been overhyped and talk about more. Yeah, exactly. Marketing and PR. Yeah, marketing and PR. I just look at Mo, and I don't know if we're going, like, you can't have the argument about him and Henry. Like, if anyone brings up that Mo Salah could be the best forward in Premier League history, people will tell you no, can't do that. It's Thierry Henry. But then when you go, but Salah's scored more goals in the Premier League than Thierry Henry. I think he scored more goals in Europe now than Thierry Henry, or got more assists than Thierry Henry in Europe. He's close to doing the 20 and 20 thing, or even beating that, than Thierry Henry. If Liverpool win the Premier League this year, he's won more in England than Thierry Henry. Then what, you know, for Liverpool, Salah would have won 2 Premier Leagues, a Champions League, 2 League Cups, FA Cup, a possibility for a 3rd League Cup, a Super Cup, World Club, World Championships. He would have won more than Henry playing in England. But you're not allowed to have that conversation. Why? Why are you not allowed to have that conversation? Why are you not allowed to have that conversation? Why can't you bring that conversation up? I don't get it. I never understand it. And because my whole thing is, you're not allowed to talk about Steven Gerrard as a Premier League great. You're just not allowed to talk about him. If you put Steven Gerrard in your greatest ever Premier League 11, Man United fans and Arsenal fans shoot you down. They go, you can't put him in there. He's never won a Premier League. So if it's about trophies, Salah wins the Premier League this year and wins another League Cup and stuff like that. He's won the Champions League playing for Liverpool. Henry never won a European trophy playing for Arsenal. You could argue that, why can't you argue? And he's got more goals than Henry. So why can't you argue that Salah's a better player, is a better forward in Premier League history than Thierry Henry? What can't you not have them? Why can't you have them discussions? Why can't you have them discussions? It's just, it's madness to me. It's madness to me. And I'm all right, Alan Shearer being number one, you know, Freedom, because he's the top goal scorer ever in Premier League football. I'm all right with Alan Shearer being number one, but apparently Henry's got to be number one, you know. But I'd still put Shearer there. He's top of the Premier League charts, only. Simple as that. Because then people will go, oh, but Henry played when defenders were much harder to play against in the 90s and early 2000s. And I'll be like, oh, okay, then. So if that's the case, Alan Shearer's still number one because he played in that same era and he's top goal scorer in the Premier League. So Alan Shearer's still number one. But then they'll tell you, oh, no, but Henry was a better footballer, all-round footballer than Alan Shearer. So you can't win. So anything they move the goalposts with and you give it back to them, you can't win. It's as simple as that. You can't win. Real Madrid are considering trying to quit Spanish football for another league in protest of leadership of La Liga President Javier Tebas and biased refereeing decisions. Are they having a laugh? Are Real Madrid having a piss take? They think they get biased referee decisions against them. The same Real Madrid that won the Champions League by a coin flip. Yeah, the same Real Madrid that won Champions Leagues in the 50s by the flick of a coin. Yeah, that Real Madrid. Yeah, fuck. What league are they going to go to? What league are Real Madrid going to go to? They play in Spain. They play in Spain. That is mad. They want Premier League money. That is exactly what they want. They want Premier League money. It's a push of the Super League, new Super League. But then the Super League, that would be a league they play every week. No one wants that. No one wants a European Super League that is not a midweek contest. It's a whole season. That's your league you play in. Fans wouldn't be able to go to games. You'd price fans out. Our English fans who support an English club then got to go all over Europe. That's just mad. Real Madrid are a disgrace, man. I hate Real Madrid at every fibre of my body. I hate them. Yeah, biased referees want to leave their league. Yeah, good one. We're just going to go to another league and try and dominate that. It's all about money, guys. That's all it is. Don't believe all the referee shit. They just want cash. They're looking at it and going, how does Aston Villa generate as much money as we do when we're Real Madrid? That's what they're looking at. They're looking at people like Villa who can generate hundreds of millions being Aston Villa in the Premier League. And they're looking at him thinking, we're mighty Real Madrid. How can Aston Villa generate hundreds of millions and give these wages and buy these kinds of players at their standard? What is like, how is England selling their league for TV rights for £4 billion? They're sitting there going, we want a part of that. It's all about money. It's all about money. Super Sunday, Liverpool versus Real Madrid. Can you imagine? I would hate that. I'd absolutely hate that. And as Trudon says, La Liga is skint. But Real Madrid got themselves to blame for that while Spain is skint. I believe in Spain, the TV rights go over 70% of the TV rights, I believe. I might be wrong here. I think it used to be this way. I don't know if they've changed it. But the TV rights in Spain, 70% of TV rights went to Barcelona and Real Madrid, and the rest of the 30% went to everyone else in the league. Where in the Premier League, I believe everyone's given an even share of TV rights. That's why everyone's rich in the Premier League. But in the Liga, that's why it's almost impossible for teams to dominate in Spain if you're not Barcelona and Real Madrid. That's why Atletico Madrid have done such a good job. Diego Simeone's done such a great job at Atletico Madrid, who can have times of domination in Spain, but it's only the odd bit here and there. They might have a year of dominating the league, then they have a year off, then they come back a year later. it's very difficult. Look at Valencia right now. Valencia are one of the best Spanish teams, you know, ever. Popular Spanish team. They're near relegation. It's mad. It's mad. And in Spanish football, it used to be true, Darwin. I don't know if it's true anymore. TV rights might have changed over there, but it used to be. About 10 years ago, I remember rightly, I was watching something on Sky Sports about it when Sky Sports still had Spanish football. And I think they were talking about then that when the TV rights come up, Barcelona and Real Madrid, I believe, got 70% of TV room. I'll Google it now. It might have changed now. This was 10 years ago. Let me have a look. La Liga TV money by club. Let me have a look here. So Real Madrid and Barcelona and Atletico Madrid. So Real Madrid generate 155 million, Barcelona 155 million, Atletico 120 million, and the rest is like in the 50s and 40 millions. Like Celta Vigo only get 51 million worth of the share. Real Sociedad only get 65 million worth of the share. But the two big ones get the most. Where in the Premier League, it's split more evenly. Yeah, it's just it's split a bit more evenly. I'm trying to have let's have a look. Let's have a look here. So La Liga sold the rights to Movistar and DAZN for 5 seasons from 22-23 to 26-27. This agreement is valued at 4 million, represents an increase of 1% compared to previous agreements Movistar owed. Okay, so they sold their things around. It's interesting. What is the TV money distribution in Spanish football? La Liga broadcasting payments. Real Madrid earn around 155 million euros from La Liga, more than any other club. Barcelona not far behind with 155 million euros. And then likes of Celta Vigo and Valencia and stuff like that, they get between 40 and 55 million euros a year. So teams like Valencia, Celta Vigo, Real Sociedad, they're receiving between 40 and 55 million pound a year. Real Madrid and Barcelona are receiving 155 million pound a year for TV revenue. And you wonder why. And Atletico's the third. Atletico get about 80 to 90, 120, sorry. 120. So Real Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, 155, 155, 120. Everyone else are in the 40 and 50s in revenue. Why is it if you finish 8th in the Premier, you get more money than if you win the domestic cup? It doesn't add to me. If you finish 8th in the Premier League, let me have a look at the Premier League a minute. Hang on. Oh. One second. Let's have a look. So, if you finish 4th in the Premier League, you get 52 million. You get 52 million just for finishing fourth in the Premier League. That tells you everything you need to know. Hang on. Let me get this up here. Pause. So, if you finish first, you get 176 million. So from this, I've got something here from the 2023 season. So if you finish 10th, in the Premier League in the 2023 season where Fulham finished, they received 138 million quid. Yeah, let me share this. I can only go what Google's telling me. I'm no financial expert. I'm sure people will know more than I do. This is 23 season, yeah? This is 2023 season. For finishing 10th, Fulham got 138 million quid. For finishing 10th. And you wonder why these teams don't take cups seriously. Southampton got £103 million getting relegated. Southampton received £103 million for being relegated. That's just a bit. That's what teams receive through television, for all the television stuff. How much do the Premier League winners make? These are the prices fixed for UK broadcasting. So all the money that the Premier League sell to the Sky Sports buy the Premier League coverage for about 4 to 5 billion quid, and then the money is shared out. And the money is shared out more evenly in the Premier League than it is in any other league. So Southampton finished 20th in the Premier League, got relegated and received 103 million quid. Yeah, mad that is. Everton received 120 million quid for just escaping relegation. Liverpool that year finished 5th and got 169 million quid, which is more than Real Madrid got for winning their league. Remember, Real Madrid got 155 million in TV money that year for winning their league. Liverpool received 169 million for finishing 5th. That is just mad. The difference in the money. That's why teams like Brighton can afford to buy players now. Teams like Aston Villa, teams like Bournemouth, they can actually make teams now, build squads because of the money they receive. That is an incredible feat. That's why Real Madrid look at this and go, hang on. So you're telling me Fulham Football Club, who finished 10th in the Premier League, only got 20 million less than Real Madrid did for winning the La Liga. So that's why Real Madrid want the money that England get. It's all about cash. Look at what Man United got finishing 3rd, 168 million quid. Let me have a look how much you win for winning the FA Cup. Let's have a look. Oh my word. That can't be real. They're just like, what? Come on, hurry up and load up. Ain't got all day here. That can't be real, surely. Wow. Okay. Wait till you see this then. So this is off the FA's own website. The FA's own website. So this is all legit. Oh, what am I doing here? This is all legit. We'll go through it one by one. This is this season. FA Cup 24-25 season. £375 you receive for extra Premier League round loss. So if you're a side that decided, because any club team who's got an FA license can play in the FA Cup. So if you've got an FA license, you could be a Sunday League team. If you've got an FA license, you can play in the FA Cup. Yeah. So any team with an FA license can play in it. If you lost earlier on in the Premier League round, you receive £375. Yeah. Let's go to the third round. Third round losers receive that. Oh, it's qualifying. Hang on. Third round proper. There you go. The winners get 115,000 if you win in the third round. Third round of the FA Cup. All you do is receive £115,000. Now, do you understand why no one gives a shit about the FA Cup financially? No one gives a shit. You only get 2 million for winning it. There you go. You only get 2 million quid for winning it. £2 million. That's just this is off the FA's own website, by the way, as you can see there. It's the FA Emirates FA Cup. It's their own website, the funds and all that. Everyone, it's all there for everyone to see. FA.com. It's their own website. 2 million quid. 2 million quid for winning it. This is why teams in the Championship earn more money in the playoffs than they do winning the FA Cup. This is why everyone. This is why everyone doesn't. This is why lower league sides. Because I remember Paul Merson saying once, why doesn't lower end Premier League teams go for the FA Cup? Because Man United, the Liverpools, the Arsenals, the Man Cities, they don't need to win it because they're concentrating more on Premier League and Champions League. But there's teams they can put out, even if they change their team, can still get them through to a final. But teams like Bournemouth and that, they would rather finish fourth in the Champions League because as we've seen, if you finish fourth in the Champions League, you get £164 million. For finishing fourth in the Premier League. So finish fourth in the Premier League, get 168 million quid, win the FA Cup and get 2 million quid. And you've got to add in the costs as well. Got to add in the costs to that as well. It's mad, ain't it? 2 million will invite Nicholas Benter. It's just... That's just mad. Absolutely mad. That's how much you get for the Champions League. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look here. Prize money, Champions League. Champions League. So this is the prize money for the Champions League. So winners get 25 million euros, $27 million if you win it. Runner up 18 million. Semi-finalist 15 million, quarter-finalist 12 million, round of 16 11 million, reaching a knockout stage 1 million. You get more money just for reaching the knockout stages as you do winning the FA Cup. You know, you could win the FA Cup and get 2 million quid, or you could win the Champions League and get 25 million. Performance-based prices are 30% of total cost. Even then, I don't think that's enough. I don't know about you guys, but I don't even think that's enough for even if to win the Champions League. The Champions League is meant to be the biggest competition in club football, and you only get 25 million for winning the Champions League. Just shows you how valuable the Premier League is. 25 million quid. The Champions League is worth. Oh no, this is just prize money from UEFA. It's not including everything else into that TV revenue and all that. This is not TV money. This is just prize money. So the money that we got from winning the Champions League group was through TV money, prize money, and everything else. Everything else. This is the rest is TV. Yeah, the rest is TV. This is just prize money for winning the trophy. This is literally just prize money. That's why they say it there, guys. Performance-based prize money is 37% of total. That's why they put it there. Yeah, Champions League 24-25. Last season, eventual winners Real Madrid had a maximum prize pot of 85.4 million on offer. Although they could not have been achieved by Carlo Ancelotti's men, it had them win every single match they played in the competition. Overall, there are several different ways in which sides participating is in the competition guarantees prize money. So if you look at it like this, so Liverpool in the last 16, so they've received £11 million. They won money through every game they played as well. It's the total amount. So you could if you win the Champions League, you get 25 million. You get 18 million for being runner-up, 15 million for being in the semi-final, 12 million for being in the quarter-final. So it works out, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So you can get around 70 million quid in all if you win it, if you're winning all your games like Real Madrid. They won most of their games, almost received £81 million. But prize money only. So this is not including TV. So it's not including TV. If you put TV into that as well, you're looking at the hundreds of millions, ain't you? You're looking into the hundreds of millions. Because if you win, so Liverpool won 7 out of 8 games. So with that, they probably got about, 7-8 million quid out of that. They got into the last 16, so they've got 11 million for that. They also, with TV money into that as well, you're looking at probably another, 30 million. And that's where all the money comes from. But the more you get this payment every time you go past these things. So, yeah. And that's why they wanted the Super League. That's why they wanted the Super League. Exactly why they wanted the Super League. Yeah, that's so yeah, TV money. It's basically TV. TV is what makes everyone's money, guys. It's not actually the prizes it's not actually the prize money. All the money is in TV. All the money is in TV deals. All the money is in TV deals and revenue. That's what it's all in. So don't forget, Liverpool would have received money through the TV deal through the Champions League revenue, prize money as well. So you've got all that in combined, and that's why it was like 80 odd million quid we received, because we've got all that prize money already, TV deal and revenue deal as well. So, and commercial revenue, all put in together. This is just prize money. This is just prize money. So pretty much, if you get in the Champions League every year, if you finish top 4 every year, you're going to receive around 160 million quid for finishing top 4. If you get in the Champions League and you finish in the knockout stages, the last 16 quarterfinals, semi-finals, with TV money and revenue, you go receive almost close to 100 million just from being in the Champions League. So just being in the Champions League and getting into the knockout stages, later on stages, like quarterfinals, semi-finals, with TV deals and commercial revenue, plus your Premier League money from the season before, you're going to generate almost like 300 million quid just from that. And you think FSG are going to sell our football club? You think FSG are going to look at these numbers and go, right, we're going to sell the club? They're never going to sell us. Look at these numbers. Why would they sell? Look at the money they're generating. You know, that's the money they're generating. The money they're generating at this football club. So, yeah, you get that for every round you go through. So you can, like, if you win most of your games in the Champions League, you get 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. There's like 80, there's almost like, how much is it there? How much did Real Madrid almost won? So Real Madrid last season had a maximum prize pot of 85.1 million on offer. And they almost achieved it. They didn't quite achieve it. But that's how much Real Madrid almost achieved last season just in the Champions League. This year, the financials have gone up a little bit because of the way they changed it. There's more games, so there's more money at stake. There's far, far more money at stake this year. But Real Madrid received that from winning the Champions League, plus the money they earn through La Liga. You think FSG are going to sell up? I think FSG are going to sell up. You know, and again, this is from 2 years ago, so the money would have gone up. Finishing fourth and getting Champions League money and Champions League revenue is hundreds and hundreds of millions of pounds. Hundreds of millions of pounds. Hundreds. It's just madness. Just madness. Again, I'm no financial expert. I don't know. I'm just Googling this, yeah? So if anyone comes with comments, we'll just look. I've shown you the thing on the screen. I'm not guessing. This is all just look. We're looking at all this on Google right now. You've got the Premier League financials there. You've got the FA Cup financials there. You've got Champions League financials there. Look at this. This is mad. Absolutely mad. Am I still live? Someone let me know, because I think the internet just went. We still live here? What was that? My browser. What is it? Am I still live? Can you hear me, guys? They haven't just take me off the air, have they? Yeah, all good, yeah. Just came up saying I weren't live for some reason. All good, all good, all good. Yeah, so again, I'm no financial. I'm no financial expert, but yeah, I don't know what. It's mad. The financials at play, and you know, and you guys think FSG are going to sell the football club when they make that. That's why they don't push the barriers. That's why they don't push the barriers. Between being fourth and first is hardly any prize money. You're getting over 160 million for finishing fourth or first. Yeah, they don't like them. They're making money. Then you're getting in the Champions League. So what they do, they get good enough players that can maybe win you the Premier League and take you far in the Champions League, because that prize money is hundreds of millions of pounds. Again, all them financials I've just showed you is prize money through the competitions. It don't always include TV rights and commercial revenue. So if you put TV rights and commercial revenue on top of them prize funds, it's in the hundreds of millions. It's mad. Absolutely mad. Absolutely nuts, that is. Absolutely nuts. That's what it is, though. And then we're talking about, like, we've got someone like KONATE who apparently wants to leave Liverpool. Why are we looking at selling KONATE? Why are we letting KONATE go? Just give him a new contract. Yeah. This is the thing that's going to bite FSG on the arse. Fans are getting more aware now of how much money financially Liverpool Football Club make every year. The fans are getting more clued on about it and getting more clever about it, doing their research, looking into the details and realising how financially rich Liverpool actually are. So when it comes to not giving these guys contracts, it's greed from the side of the owners. How can you get the money that we're financially going to make for the Champions League and Premier League this year and not give KONATE, Virgil, Mo and Trent new contracts by now? How could you not? It's just mad to me. Big up, Dean, in the chat. How you doing, well, man? It's just mad to me. Like, just give them the cash. Just give them, just give them the money. You're going to make that money back. You're going to make that money back. There's no doubt about it. It's not a gamble on investment. It's not a gamble on investment. You're going to make it back. It's very confusing right now. And the risk, the money next season as well, because that's what you do if you do that. Exactly. Big up, Dean. Big up, Dean. Appreciate it, man. It's just mad to me. It's mad to me. It's just mad to me. Just crazy. I just don't get it. And this is the same with all American owners, in my opinion. You look at Man United, Ineos at Man United are going to be looking at them financials again, do we? That's cool. We're making that money. That's why they don't take the cup serious. Like, this is why I feel for people like the FA Cup. We've looked at it. The winners of the FA Cup only make £2 million. The only one we did, how much you win the League Cup? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look here. How much money do you receive as a football club? Prize money. Oh, my God. Oh, my word. This can't be true. Oh, my word. League Cup winners receive £100,000 prize money awarded by the Football League, with the runners-up receiving £50,000. Considering relatively inconsiderate to top teams compared to the £2 million prize money in the FA Cup, which in turn is eclipsed by Premier League television money. Wow, that's just prize money. Obviously, you got to get more on that with, TV and commercial revenue and stuff like that, but that is mad. That's mad. The Carabao Cup winners only receive $100,000, and the runners-up receive half that. Fucking hell! And you guys wonder, and the people around the world wonder, why teams like Brighton and Bournemouth and the Nottingham Forests and the Evertons and all that don't take the cup seriously, because it's not financially worth it. It's literally, it's more financially worth getting relegated than winning the Carabao Cup. Ipswich Town, it would be financially better for them to be relegated than win the Carabao Cup. Do you know how mad that is? That's just... So if you're an owner of a football club, and let's face it, 90% of owners of football clubs look at the financial things of football clubs. They try and make a profit, although it's very hard to make a profit in football. Most 90% of owners will look to be looking at financials, yeah? there's a small percent of owners that don't really care about the financials because it doesn't bother them because they're so wealthy and they go for trophies. Like the City owners. The City owners ain't looking at the financials as long as they got unlimited cash. So they don't care about that. But let Ipswich Town, if you told their owner, get relegated and receive 100 million quid or win the Carabao Cup and stay in the league and win like 100 grand. You go prioritize. It's just mad. It's just, and that's the problem. If you told clubs in our league, the FA are going to make the FA Cup winners, you're going to receive 30 million quid for winning the FA Cup. 30 million quid. You watch a lot of teams actually go, well, you know what? Let's go for that. 30 million quid's a lot of money. You know, that's a lot of money. We'll go for that. Championship clubs. Why do you reckon championship sides even rotate in the FA Cup and League Cup? It's because it's financially better off for them than finishing the playoffs than win a trophy. It's mad, ain't it? It was Klopp's favourite trophy, he said. Yeah, I like the League Cup, though. I prefer watching League Cup games and FA Cup games, personally. Cup should be rewarded with European places, would make up cup competitions great again. Exactly. And a lot of teams will put more effort into cups and make it must win. But the financials, 100 grand for winning the League Cup. It's because the league, the EFL, the English Football League, own the League Cup. And they have obviously got the financials to go, right, the winner receives the same as the FA Cup. It's just mad to me. Absolutely nuts. And now we know why our owners are the way they are, man. It's just, it's insane to me. Absolutely insane to me. You know, again, I'm no financial expert. I don't know anything about like all these finances. We Googled it all live. We looked at the cost of everything. You know, we looked at Spanish teams, Real Madrid, Barcelona get 155 million. Atletico Madrid get 120 million, and everyone else underneath that get like 40, 50 and 30 million quid. So they can never compete. The Premier League, it's more even. Man City last year received 172 million pound for winning the Premier League. The team that finished bottom, 20th, received 101 million pound. So the teams that finished bottom of the Premier League receive more money than a team that finishes 8th in the Spanish league by double. Mad, ain't it? Mad. Absolutely mad. I've got the stats here for you. Hang on. Don't want to log in. All right. Make me log in. How dare you? Hang on, let me get these Spanish. I just want to make sure I got the Spanish one right because it's mad. Wow, here you go. Here's one for you. Let me show you this graph here. Let me show you this graph. Annual value of the big 5 European domestic TV deals. There you go. Domestic TV deals. Look at that. No one can compete. It's mad. Absolutely mad. Absolutely mad. The money in our country for football is off the scale. Literally off the scale. Right. Right, hang on. I've got something here. This might be better. There you go. Right, let me see if I can share this with you guys. There you go. This is the amounts they get distributed. TV rights. So, Athletic Club Bilbao gets 63 million. Barcelona, because they won the league, they got 153 million. Real Madrid, 151 million. Atletico Madrid, 121 million. By the way, this is off the Liga website, this one. Sevilla got 73 million. Betis gets 68 million. Celta Vigo, 49 million. That's the difference in the revenue spend in the leagues. I could try and zoom in a bit more, yeah. It's because it's in white on red, so it's a bit hard to see. It won't let me zoom in anymore. Sorry. That's as far as I can go, I'm afraid. But yeah. That's the revenue cost of Spanish teams get. Yeah, it's in euros. Yeah, that's in euros. That's in euros. I say pounds because I'm so used to saying it. But yeah, that's obviously in euros. It's obviously in euros. No wonder we can bully them in the market. Yeah. Yeah, this is off La Liga's own website. I got this. That's just so. Southampton, if they finish bottom of the Premier League, they will receive £101 million. So in Spain, only Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Atletico Madrid make more money for TV rights than Southampton Football Club, who will finish bottom of the league and get relegated. If Southampton were in this group for money, they'd be fourth. If you put Southampton's financials in here for TV rights, they would be fourth behind the two Madrid clubs and Barcelona, and they're going to be relegated. And you wonder why Spain and Germany and all that want to join, and Italy want to join the Super League. They financially can't compete with English football. I mean, Athletic Club Bilbao, a big club in Spain, receives only 63 million quid. How can anyone compete? Literally, how can anyone compete? Year on, year out. You go get the odd club every other year, will have a go, but they can't contain it. They can't contain it. Villarreal received 64 million. Valencia, one of the biggest clubs in Spain, guys. Valencia Football Club received 60 million quid in TV revenue. 60 million euros. Might be Ibar. That's good. That's a good point. Great point. Probably is. That probably is. They probably are probably top three. Yeah. Yeah. You're right. Yeah, it is. So only Real Madrid, Barcelona get more money than arguably Southampton, who will be relegated. That's absolutely mad. Absolutely mad. Big up Craig in the chat. You're doing well, man. Jamie, many clubs would love to have our problems with having to look at every league to see where their team is. Exactly. Mad, ain't it? Imagine if the UK had good weather, we'd get all the best players. Yeah, but the thing is, our obviously our tax is one of the highest as well. But when you're getting paid that much, I suppose it don't matter. Yeah, it's a shame. Valencia's one of the biggest teams in Spain facing relegation, but they don't care as long as Barcelona and Real Madrid never get relegated. And Is there a rule that they can't get relegated? I heard there was a rule. I don't know if that rule exists anymore, but Real Madrid and Barcelona got relegated. That would never happen. But Valencia can get relegated. It's just mad. Financials have taken over. And this is the thing. This is why Liverpool fans are getting pissed. Because they know how much now Liverpool have to play with. We have house money. You know what I mean? And we're not playing with house money. We have all these finance. This is why Liverpool fans are working it all out, slowly. But they're realising, look, Liverpool received this much money, commercial revenue, all that. Yeah, it should be unbeatable, man. Yeah, Spanish taxes are awful, ain't it, Michael? Absolutely. Didn't it get worse after Brexit as well, I believe? I believe it got worse after Brexit as well. I think we start at 40%, don't we? Or 20% or something like that. But yeah. We're playing with no money. Yeah, blame Neville, yeah. Yeah, German and French. Do you remember when didn't David Beckham not get paid at PSG? So he could have it as a tax write-off, if I remember. Is that am I right with that? Didn't David Beckham go to PSG for a year and he didn't get paid? And he used it because of the tax in France, and he used it as a tax write-off, if I remember rightly. Because the tax is so high. Yeah, the tax is high in France, really high. That it was, James. That it was. Yeah, that's mad. The financials in football. Yeah, he played there for free, didn't he? Yeah. He used it as a tax write-off. Got paid under the table. Yeah, he was still picking up. The thing is, David Beckham's David Beckham. He's going to make money. He doesn't have to get paid because he'll just get all... Being David Beckham is a brand, ain't it? So he was getting paid anyway. But doing them financials, man. Doing them financials in this video. I wasn't even going down this route. We're talking about Mo Salah and stuff. And I just went down this route about financials. And that's just mad. 2 million quid for winning the FA Cup. 100 grand for winning the League Cup. We've found out now that you could be relegated in the Premier League and make as much money as everyone in Spain. It's just mental. It's mental. So yeah, we went for a financial rabbit hole. That we did, man. That we did. But yeah, guys, big up to everyone. I'm going to leave it there. Been a great show. It went a bit off-piste, but yeah, we did. It was a good show. James, Virgil van Dijk rumour, Barstow enter the race to sign Virgil if he becomes a free agent in the summer. We need to get that sorted, man. Again, looking at the financials today, how much we earn as a football club. There's no reason not to give these guys contracts. And the longer they go on about this, they're going to lose faith in more and more fans because we're starting to cotton on now financially what we earn as a football club. And it's going to cost them. The Jamie's Facts podcast. But yeah, guys, I appreciate your love. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it as always. Big up the cow who joined earlier as well. It's been a good one. It's been a great show. And yeah, I appreciate it, love, guys. I'll be back tomorrow on my Big Up channel with a 5:45 p.m. watch along of AC Milan and Feyenoord. So make sure you're with me. Second leg of the playoff, 5:45 on my Big Up channel tomorrow. Make sure you're with me. I appreciate you guys immensely. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.